Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Pure Crochets and today we are crocheting this beautiful dress with a bareback view, and this is how the front looks. It's a very beautiful tutorial. I'm hoping you'll enjoy making it. Kindly subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up and comment. I love reading your comments and interacting with you guys at the comment section. And this is how the dress looks. It's very simple to create it, so let's get started. We are using milk cotton yarn and this is 50 grams. You can use any other type of yarn you have. I love using cotton yarn because it feels so soft and it's easier to create crochet garments with it. We are using a 4.5 mm hook. I just want to adjust the lighting so you can see clearly what we're using, but this is a 4.5 mm hook. You'll need a tape measure, stitch markers, a darning needle and a pair of scissors. To begin, we are starting working from our collarbone area. So if you're size small, extra small, chain 30. If you're size small, medium to large, chain 35. Or alternatively, take measurements from one collarbone to the other, then chain as long as your collarbone. So right now we are chaining 35. That is my collarbone measurements, and I'll meet you once you're done with your first row. Okay, I'm at the end of my work and let's begin on the mesh. Chain 1, skip the first 2 stitches, and on the 3rd stitch go in and do a double crochet like this. Okay, chain 1, yarn over, skip the next stitch, go to the next stitch and do a mesh stitch, which is a double crochet. Please remember to chain 1, skip this stitch, go to the next stitch and do a double crochet like this. Okay, chain 1, skip the next stitch, go to the next stitch and do a double crochet like this. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, go to the next stitch and do a double crochet. And we will continue with the same pattern, which is chain 1, skip the other stitch, go to the next one and make a double crochet. You chain 1 again, yarn over, skip this stitch, go to the next one and make a double crochet like this. So finish up on row 1 and I will meet you when you are doing row 2. This is how my work looks and we are done with row 1. To begin row 2, chain 4, turn your work, and now we are doing an increase immediately. Yarn over, go in the same stitch as chain 4 and do a double crochet. So that is our first increase on row 2. And now after the increase, you chain 1, go on top of the next double crochet and do a double crochet like this. Chain 1, go on the next double crochet and do a double crochet. Chain 1, go on top of the next double crochet and do a double crochet. Chain 1, go on top of the next double crochet and do a double crochet. We are going to work like this until the end. I will meet you at the end because we are doing something different at the end too. So continue with this pattern, which is chain 1 and do a double crochet on top of the double crochet. I will meet you at the end of this row. We are at the end of the row, so we are doing another increase. Yarn over, go on chain 3, put a stitch there like this then chain 1 in the same stitch, yarn over and put another double crochet. So in the beginning we did an increase, and also in the end we are doing an increase. Okay, chain 2, and also we are doing an increase. Sorry, chain 4, not 2. We are always chaining 4. Yarn over, go in the same stitch as chain 4 here and do a double crochet. Okay, so that's how we do the increases in the beginning and in the end. Chain 1, go to the next stitch and do a double crochet like this. Chain 1, go to the next stitch and do a double crochet. And we are working in the same pattern, which is chain 1 and then do a double crochet on top of a double crochet. I will meet you at the end of this row. At the end of the row, and kindly remember at the end of the row you go on top of chain 3. Remember we do chain 4, so go on the 3rd chain and do a double crochet there like this. Kindly do not make your chain so tight, otherwise it will be so hard to go through. So go through like this. This is on the 3rd chain. Okay, do a double crochet, yarn over, go in the same space. Always chain 1, yarn over, go in the same space, and then do another double crochet like this. So this is how we do the increases at the beginning of your work and at the end of your work. Once you're done with the last stitch, chain 4, turn your work, yarn over, go in the same space as chain 4 and do a double crochet like that. Then you chain 1, go in the next stitch, do a double crochet on top of a double crochet. As you can see, we are increasing at the beginning of our work and at the end of our work, and we are continuing to work like this until our work reaches row 7. So we're just doing the same thing, increasing at the beginning of your work and at the end of your work until your work reaches row 7. So from row 7 we are going to do something different, but for now this is the pattern until you reach row 7. Okay, so we are done and I did 7 rows. So we start from where we started the increases. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 rows, and remember we have been working increases on at the beginning and at the end, and now we are doing something different. Now we are going to alternate our increases. So we will start by this row. This is row 8. So we will not yarn put an increase in the first chains. Instead, we'll just go directly in the first double crochet and do a double crochet, then you chain one, go in the next double crochet, do a double crochet, and then you chain one, and we are working like that until the end. Kindly note, we have not done any increase on this row because we are going to be alternating in every row. Okay, so I will meet you at the end of your work, which is this row that we're just doing double crochet on top of a double crochet plus a chain one. Okay, we are at the end, and at the end here we are also doing no increases. Go on chain 3 like this. I kinda did it very hard, so kindly do not make your work so tight. So yarn over like that, and please note we are not doing any increase. Immediately you chain 4, turn your work, and now on this row we will start immediately by doing an increase. Go in the same stitch as chain 4 and do another double crochet there, chain 1, always chain 1. I kind of forget to chain 1, but I have to frog my work every time to chain 1 and do a double crochet on top of a double crochet. Please always chain 1, otherwise you'll frog your work a lot. Don't be like me. So chain 1, go to another double crochet and do a double crochet. I will meet you at the end of this row. So go to the last chain and do a double crochet. Remember, we are working a double crochet on top of chain 4, so go in the third chain like that, do a double crochet, chain 1, go in the same space and do an increase. Okay, chain 4, turn your work, and on this row we are not increasing, it's a normal row. Remember, now chain 1 first, go on top of a double crochet directly and do a double crochet, then chain 1, go in the next double crochet and do a double crochet on top of the double crochet, do a double crochet. Remember, now we are working with increasing on one row, the next row no increasing, so we are alternating between increases and non-increases. So on this row we did not do an increase. At the end of this row we will not do an increase, but the next row we will start by doing an increase. Okay, so we are going to work like this until your work reaches your waist area or your lower belly area. Okay, let's say your lower belly. So because we want our back to be so deep, our back area to be deep, so we're working until our lower belly. If you want your back area to be a bit covered, work until your upper belly. Okay, remember, we are doing increase on one row, the next row no increase at all, increase on one row, the next row no increase. And I worked like this until I got to 26 rows. If I start from beginning of my row all the way to the end, these are 26 rows of one increase, another one non-increase. Remember, the first 7 rows was increase only. Now from 7 rows to all the way to 26 rows is one increase, no increase in the next one. And if I measure my work, this is how long it is. I have to show you even the measurements, and this is how long my work is. And now we want to start with something new. Okay, this is how long my work is. This goes from my collarbone all the way to my waist area. Okay, my lower waist area. So, and this is how long my work is. So if you want to make something like mine, you can use my measurements. Mine is size small. This cloth can fit size small to medium. Okay, so once you have your measurements like that, we are now going to do chains. So on this side of your work, measure your hips measurements, and we are going to chain as long as your hips measurements is. Okay, my hips measurements is 40 and I'm going to chain as long as my hips measurements is. So I'm chaining 60 chains. It's not even the front part of your work matters. So my front area was 17. So these chains are going to be my back area. Remember, the front is 17. So if I chain more at the back, I will also consider my chains in my work in the front area. So this is what I mean. Let me do it physically. Take your work and attach it to the end here like this. Okay, this is how your work should be like. Take your tape measure and measure this. So this is equivalent of 15 inches. 15 by 2 is 30. So if my work stretches a little bit, it goes to, if I give my work a stretch a little bit, remember my hips measurement is 40, this goes to 19. So I want to continue chaining until when I stretch my work a little bit, it reaches to 20 inches. Remember, 20 by 2 is 40. That means it will fit my hips measurements well. I hope you understand this. So right now I'm continuing to chain, and then I will attach my work at the end here like this, and again measure my work to see if it fits my hips measurements well. Okay, so let's see if it fits me well. Remember, I said my hips measurement is 40. So if I measure this now, it goes to, I think, 17 inches or 16.5. Let's be sure about this. In this project, your tape measure is your best friend. You need a lot of measurements and you must be good in mathematics a little bit. So if I stretch my work, you can see now it goes to 20. So 20 by 2 is equals to 40. This means my work will fit me perfectly. Okay. Okay, so we are going to join our work at the end here. All these chains you've made, kindly make sure your chains are straight before joining it to this corner. Okay, please make sure it's straight, otherwise you'll have to undo your work. Before you join here using a slip stitch like this, make sure your work is straight. Then you'll just do 1, 2, 3 chains. Remember, these chains are not countable. I did 4. It's just to adjust my work. We will undo those ones. Please don't mind those chains. So just watch what I'm doing. I'm readjusting my work, making sure everything is straight. Take your tape measure and find the middle part of your work.
No mathematics.
Okay, we are going to measure your work and find the middle part or count chains. So I use my tape measure to find my middle of my work. Take your stitch marker and put it at the middle of your work like this. I'm sorry for the lighting. So I'm just putting in my stitch marker at the middle of your work. And please note, we are putting the stitch marker at the chains, not the front part. Here is where you put your stitch marker. Make sure it's in the middle. Remember, the chains that we did here, I told you it's no use. I removed them. And now join your work well using a slip stitch at the end here. Then you cut off your yarn like this and fasten your work. Please make sure your work is well fastened to avoid running. Okay, like this. So this is how your work should look. And now you go to the center here where we just put our stitch marker, and this is now the center of our work. Your yarn, and we are going to rejoin our yarn. To join your yarn in, make a slip knot like this, and then join your yarn here at the center here like this using a slip stitch like this, and then chain 4. Before chaining 4, kindly remove your stitch marker. You don't need it no more. Then you chain 4, 2, 3 and 4. And now we repeat our pattern. Yarn over, skip this first stitch, go to the next stitch and do a double crochet like this. Oopsie, sorry. So skip the first stitch, go to the next stitch, do a double crochet like this, chain 1, yarn over, skip the next stitch, go to the next one, do a double crochet like this, chain 1, yarn over, skip the next stitch, go to the next one, do a double crochet, go here and we are doing a double crochet, chain 1, and we are going to work like this until we get to the edge of our work. I will meet you once we are the other side of our work. Are at the end of our work, and on top here I just went on top of a double crochet with a double crochet. Okay, so this is how your work should look like. So I went on top of the double crochet with a double crochet, I chained 1. Now I'm going on top of another double crochet with a double crochet like this, then you chain 1, go to the next double crochet with a double crochet, chain 1. We are going to work like this all round. I will meet you at the end of your work. We are at the edge here, and I want to show you again what you are doing. So after a double crochet, chain 1, yarn over, skip this stitch, go to the next stitch and do a double crochet like this. Okay, then you chain 1, skip the next stitch, go to the next one and make a double crochet. All right, chain 1, yarn over, skip this stitch, go to the next one and make a double crochet. Remember, we are working like this, and I'll meet you at the end where we will be joining our work. I am at the end of my work here. So in this last stitch, we are going to go there with a double crochet and chain 1. Once you're done, go on top of chain 4 like this, and we are joining on top of chain 4 using a slip stitch like this. Okay, then chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, yarn over, go in the next double crochet immediately with a double crochet like this. Please note we are not turning our work. Chain 1, go to the next double crochet and do a double crochet, chain 1, go to the next double crochet and do a double crochet, chain 1, and we are going to work like this all round. I will meet you at the end of this first row. I am at the end of my work again. So remember, at the end here we are joining using a slip stitch. I'm just finishing up on a few rows. Chain one, go to the next row, do a double crochet on top of a double crochet, and you chain one. So this is the pattern. Remember, at the end of the row you join on top of chain 4 using a slip stitch, then go on top of double crochet with a double crochet and you chain one. This is the pattern. We are going to work like this. Please note, if you want your work not to be so tight on you in the hips area, hook up, do a 5.0 mm hook. But if you want your work to be tight on you, continue with the same hook size. So the only thing we are going to change from now here is the hook size, and I will let you know at what point we are going to change hook size. We are going to change hook size a couple of times, okay? A reminder that when you finish your work, go on top of chain 4 like this with a slip stitch. Then after the slip stitch you chain 4 and go on top of a double crochet with a double crochet. Please always do that. Kindly do not turn your work, please. If you turn your work, you're going to destroy the pattern. Do not turn your work. So we're going to work like this. I will meet you when we are going to change the hook size. I have done 5 rows, 1 2 3 4 5. I'm still using the same hook size, which is a 4.5. remember, we have been using this hook size from the top of our work until where we are now, and this is how it's the same hook size as you can see, and we continue with the pattern. I just wanted to show you how my work looks, then we continue with the same pattern. Remember, we started from the collarbone up to where we are using the same hook size. But if you really have an extra tiny waist here, you can hook down. If you have extraordinarily tiny waists, hook down here, please. For me, my bust is 32, my waist is 27, my hips is 40, but I continued with the same hook size. But if your waist is like 18, 20, 21, please hook size, go a hook down. So me, I'm just continuing with my 4.5 hook. I will meet you once we change the hook size. I did 8 inches and now I'm changing to a 5.0 mm hook. Okay, you can change also because my hips are a bit bigger. So this is how my work is. From the top to the bottom is 24 inches. I have done a lot of work, and now I want to show you how my work is. Remember, added our hook to 5.0. okay, so this is the hook. I now go to a hook up again, which is a 5.5. I don't want my work to be so tight on me, so after the 8 inches again, I want to hook up again. So from my waist where my skirt reaches now is 24, so I only worked 4 inches with the 5.5, and now I'm doing again hook up with 5.5 inches. This is how long I want my dress to reach. If you want a longer dress, please continue with the same pattern until your desired height. Remember, 5.5 was the biggest hook we have used, and now I want to start making the ribbing. With the ribbing, we're going to reduce the size to a 5.0 mm hook. So I'm just, remember to always not turning your work, so I'm just returning back my work to how it used to be. Then I'm going to change this hook size because this is a 5.5 and I want to use a 5.0 for my ribbing. This is a 5.0 mm hook. I hope you can see clearly. And now we want to do the ribbing. To do the ribbing, we will chain 3. I'm sorry for the poor lighting. Let me adjust that. Okay, we are back now. So I just want to confirm that I'm going in the right direction, and yes, please do not turn your work. I repeat that because I know if you turn your work, it will be so ridiculous. It's crazy. So chain 3, yarn over and go to the next double crochet and do 3 double crochets in the same chain. Skip the chain 1, just go straight to the double crochets, and in 1 double crochet we are doing 3 double crochets. So we are doing a cluster of double crochets, which is 3 double crochets in 1 double crochet. Yarn over, skip the next chain 1, go in the next double crochet and do 3 double crochets. We are going to work like this. I'll meet you at the end of the row. I am at the end of my row of doing the ribbing, so go on top of chain 3 like that and join using a slip stitch. Chain 1, cut off your yarn. Remember to always sew in all the loose yarn. Please fasten your work well to avoid running, and we will come and I'm really good in fastening. So we'll come in and weave in our ends, and this is how my work look at the end here. Okay, I want it to be simple and nice. I don't want exaggerated ruffles. It's sometimes simplicity is nice, and I love this, and it feels so good. So now we want to work on the ribbing of our dress, ribbing stroke edging. We want to do knit work, so we are going to attach our work here in this middle area, and we're going round like this, just at the back area and on top here to do edging. Join your work at the middle here, then we will begin doing the edging all round like this. Already joined my work, chain 1, and we are going in each stitch and making a single crochet. So go in the middle of the stitch like that and on top of a double crochet and make a double crochet. Remember, we are working in the middle of the double crochet with a single crochet, and on top of the double crochet with a single crochet, and I'm using a 4.5 mm hook. Okay, so go in every stitch and make a single crochet. So I wanted to use a 4.5 mm hook, that's why I undid my work. And remember, we are going in each stitch with a single crochet all round. I'll meet you at the end of your work. So we have wrapped from each side, going all the way up. When you reach up here, please do 2 treble crochets, and then we are going to chain 200 for our back straps. So please make your stitches loose because we are going to chain 200, then go through the 200 with single crochets. So from here now, I'm chaining 200 to make the back straps. Okay. I am done with my first row of chains, and I want to go through them with single crochets. Okay, I just like when the straps are thick. It's always nice. When they are so skinny, I don't like it. It feels like I'm lazy. So let's go through these 200 single chains with a row of single crochets like this. I hope you didn't make your work tight, otherwise this is going to be so hectic for you. So we are doing rows of single crochets. I'll meet you at the end of your work. I'm at the end of my work, and this is how thick my work looks. You see, it looks so nice. I love it. So at the end here, we are going to go on top here with rows of single crochets, and then remember at the end here again we will do 200 chains, go through them with single crochets, go on this other side with single crochets rows, and I will meet you at the end of your work. Sorry. This is how my work turned out, and I'm hoping you enjoy this tutorial. Please go ahead and put the straps in. So guys, this is how the dress turned out to be. I love this dress. It's one of my beautiful projects that I've done. It's beautiful. I love it. It goes for $50. In case you want me to make for you such a dress, send me a DM on Instagram and I will give you the best dress. This is the close-up of the dress. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And this is how the back looks. I love you guys so much. I will see you in my next projects. Kindly subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, comment, and share with your friends. See you soon. Goodbye.